Good evening. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for joining me on Maiyegun's Diary Political. So, usually have this on YouTube. So we call it Maiyegun General live chat, where I am actually going to be reading your comments, reacting to your comments, but I want to garnish it a bit tonight. So thanks for joining me. So let's get started.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diary Political, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come.
It's not your regular Maiyegun General, or sorry, Maiyegun's Diary Political exclusive, okay? But this one is interactive. Interactive in the sense that I will be reading your comments, taking calls right from the beginning of the program. So I have kind of like selected few topics that we can use as a rider for this broadcast. However, I am expected to read your comment, react to them, and sometimes if you ask me a question, I can, of course, react to them, even in the middle of something as I'm speaking on, okay? So share the broadcast if this is your first time of joining Maiyegun in this context, okay? So we are going to start with the APC, Egbekebe's National Convention, where a lot of Nigerians have been mobilized from across Nigeria to Abuja so that they could go and verify the APC, Egbekebe's leadership, the one that I expected to usher in Tinubu's second term. So it's a huge spectacle. And I think it is expected to last for 2-3 days. Today is day 2, but it all started from yesterday. Okay. So I have a few clips I can, put in between this convo. But again, as we are expected to, so let me say hello to those who have actually shown face yet. So who do we have here? We have Kunle Shita, Bashita. Thank you for joining us, Abi. So who else? Adax Breaker. I have no idea what you're talking about. Maiyegun don't they grab. What's that? I've got no idea. So I have seen you too, Saki, Olafioye, and others who are yet to, show that they are here. Mind you, the line is open. Okay, I can actually take calls right from the start of the program. So a few of what we're going to touch on will be the APC, Egbekebe's convention, as well as the utterances of those who addressed the convention, including Kalu himself. Then we are going to also stop by at Wike's gathering, because PDP is also having their own convention organized by Wike tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So tonight is the dinner before convention. They are holding that in Abuja right now. Erufaya Dikaduna Littlefinger has been released from the ICPC detention, not with a court order, because his mom died. Yeah, he lost his mom. And the ICPC felt like it could go and mourn for now. And a lot of people have been visiting him in Abuja. I don't know if they allowed him to leave Abuja yet, but yeah, he's been released. And most of the conversation around that is that Is that even legal, like to let him go without the court's order? We're going to touch on that. Omoyele Sowore is in Ibadan. Yeah, is in Ibadan, where the Sunday Igboho has been making a lot of noise concerning those who might be against his position of becoming the new spokesperson for the Yoruba people, that everybody must go with a call. So, Sowore is in Ibadan. What else? Yeah, there's been a lot in there, Sha. We'll be taking it one after the other. Let's first deal with those who went for national convention of the APC, right from the street of Abuja, to those who have been denied accommodation, complaining about accommodation, poor treatment, even those who came from Edo states, the guys who promised the Kolu 3.5 million votes next year, they are sad that they have been treated so badly at this convention. But let's start with that. And then we're going to go to those who have decided to play the court jesters for Kolu at their convention. Praise the name of how it's been so, oh my God. If not for Kolu, Nigeria would have been, So let's go there. The Mr. No Sense that used to stream common sense content. I am talking about this guy who owned that Silverbed. What is his name again? Ben Bruce. Yeah, and the rest. From the street of Abuja.
Battle, shut down. Guy, 2027. You say bad no go win. They play.
Wow, see how many balls.
I say relax. Tinubu is fixing Nigeria. Guy, just look at. These people ready. Don't be Josie. See, shut down. Just look at everywhere. And you say you no go win. They play. They go buy pop for market. They price them.
It's recording. Yeah. Super delegate. The main squad. We are here. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. We are doing it. A super delegate from Bayelsa representative with the common sense senator. Yeah. We are making speech. Say something. Okay, we are going to deliver our president, and the delegation is led by no other person, by the chairman of the state, and we have former senators, former House of Rep members, and of course, as I speak with you, by my side there's a senator who is very busy communicating with other states, so that they will abide and do the right thing. I've been communicating with a lot of states. Yeah, Joe, is if we have business like this, our father. Our father is speaking on this. So, hi, how are you? I will.
Jama'a me ke faruwa a Abuja ne nan da kuke gani da ƴan uwanmu ne da buga ake tashi, to yau na gan su a garin Abuja gabaki daya, especially ƴan Kano, kun gani sai bacci suke ta yi akan titi da sauransu. So nan sun zo campaign ne fa na Tinubu da Abba, sai ka ce ba wa'annan mutanen bane suka samu a cikin halin haula'i. Ku duba yadda suke bacci dan Allah. Dudu ka bibiya ba mai 100k a cikin account ɗin shi, amma a yanzu akan mai naira 1,000 zuwa 2,000 aka ga sun ɗauko kafa sun tawo a waje domin su zaɓi mutumin da yake zalunta su. So dai Allah subhanahu wataala ya taimaki musulunci baki ɗaya. Kun gani nan duk su ne. Ai sai kun ma fita waje za ku gani nan wa'inna a cikin gata suke. Wallahi kuka fita waje za ku yi mamaki sosai wallahi. Amma fa ita su suke dubawa fa. Allah ya taimaka kawai.
that we're not supposed to be put here because normally we're always at the entrance of the convention. Yesterday I've been protesting that they kept us here because we are a state that has a governor. Not that we spoke to our governor to cross to APC. We worked hard to make a governor for the state. And we expected that when you are considering positioning states, we are supposed to be one of the first states to be positioned because we work hard to flip the Edo State to APC. And we are also convinced that as a state that has promised Mr. President 3.5 million votes to be kept in a place like this is not right. But what do?
But
if you do. So yeah, those are the teats and beats from their convention. Those are the unlucky ones. Okay, the guys who got stranded and the others who got tear gassed by the police at the gates, maybe because of their unruly behaviors, right? While others are complaining, this one's from this one's from Ikwere in Rivers State. I think they are enjoying.
Vice Chairman of Ikwere local government enjoying herself. Wow, in Abuja. In Abuja, the woman that knows what's up. Wow, look at my own food. We're enjoying ourselves. Look at the woman leader of the ruling party. Wow, enjoyment. Now we can do our body. Oh, imagine that kind thing. Yay, wahala dey for who no come Abuja. Wow, imagine see enjoyment. Woman leader. Oh, woman leader of the ruling party, vice chairman of the ruling party. Wow, this is delicious. Enjoy yourself. Vice chairman of.
Did you see that? So, as some were complaining, got stranded, others are very much grateful to Wike, who sponsored them to the APC, Delegates convention from Ikwere, from Rivers State generally, right? And he himself, Wike, was very much happy because some of his guys have now gained foothold inside the new APC national structure and regional structures. So his rainbow coalition idea seems to be working in his favor. Now, the minister, that guy that used to be a chief of army staff, had been whatever, was chief of army staff. What's that? Yeah, Christopher Musa, the guy that the people of the Middle Belt felt like, oh, now that he's been made minister, he will be able to oversee all the security, whatever, and there will be peace in the axis. But a lot of you are also disappointed, realizing that Christopher Musa himself is a politician. So he was there to organize the venue for their convention in Abuja, yeah, the night before. The Minister of Defense, Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Minister of Defense for State, Police IG. There's not many like that. Hierarchy. They were there to ensure that not only that the convention is successful and well protected, guys, they set up security station for a APC convention in Abuja. You know what that means? Every individual coming into that venue is seen or being watched in another room, set up to ensure that everyone that comes into that place, but yet they couldn't put such security sort of like a structure together, right, to tackle the insecurity in the country. Evil people. Yeah, evil people. Look at them.
Yeah, we are going there.
Carry mother. You've been doing it. You do it
Yeah. You know something about me sharing clips intermittently, right, in my program is that it makes a lot of you feel so relaxed and just enjoy it. Sometimes you don't even want to be bothered, like commenting or even sharing or liking or anything, or even phoning in to contribute. So I tend to enjoy when we are, I used to go live on my phone, okay, for that this live chat. I do it on my phone. And I can read comments, everybody's comment, everybody's reaction like that. But right now, majority of you are just sitting there like, yeah, it's like Maiyegun's normal program. What is next? Okay, Maiyegun, next. Come on, man. It's a live chat. We're supposed to be interacting. I shouldn't have introduced this Jara to it, I think. Now, but let me say a thanks to this generous gift that is my guy, or a Biafra, or a Odudua. So your comment is Stockholm Syndrome lost for words in a real country. Foolish politicians will be held accountable for their actions. So Nigeria is a scam. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Biafra, or a Biafra, or a Odudua. Break it up to save life. Bless you, bro. You have a good one there, okay? But here, if you want to see people who have elevated foolishness, right, to a profitable level in today's Nigeria, here is one of them. A guy who once cried that his own sister died from an accident, okay? Died because the state medical doctors or something association, medical associations were on strike because the government didn't pay them in Ondo State, Sheyi Law, right? He became a comedian, not really that successful one, but yeah, fine. He's now working for the Ondo government today, right? He's one of the national clowns who have been helping to make Kolu laugh and others. Foolishness to the national level, right? So he was there at their national convention to tell us why Kolu is the best thing to have happened to Nigeria since the invention of a sliced bread, sort of.
Nigeria was introduced, and I said to myself, if I were to introduce Mr. President, how would I do it? And I just said, I will let people know that this is a man that I'm willing to stake everything for, because he's the man that brought Nigeria back from the brink of economic collapse when our net foreign reserve stood at barely $1 billion. But today, we celebrate a foreign reserve, a net foreign reserve that is about $40 billion, and a gross foreign reserve that is at $50.7 billion. I think Mr. President deserves a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, corruption doesn't just go away, you tackle it systematically. And today, I am proud to say that on the first day of his inauguration, he systematically tackled corruption by stopping the fuel subsidy regime. I think it deserves a bigger round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, he didn't stop there. He looked at the nation that our foreign exchange was eating deep into the nation, and he floated the foreign exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, today the black market and the real market has been unified. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the man that understood education, and that is why he said that a 4-year term will be 4 years. And today, with the agreement between ASU and the federal government, I can tell you boldly that this is the only administration that has the shortest strike ever, with just 9-day strike. And today, ladies and gentlemen, our students in our university receive NEL fund loan. Almost 1 million students are already benefiting, and they are receiving 20,000 naira monthly stipend. Today, ladies and gentlemen, in education, Mr. President has built several technical colleges across the nation, tuition free for all the students. And students from the federal technical colleges are receiving salary up to the tune of 45,000 naira. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a president who decided that this nation will continue to thrive, and he's taking up giant infrastructural development. Today we are talking about the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, a 700-kilometer road. We are talking about the 1,000-kilometer Sokoto-Badagry Highway. We are talking about the repair and rehabilitation of the Shagamu-Ijebu-Ode-Ore Highway. We are talking about the Emboing-Calabar Superhighway, Calabar-Abuja Superhighway. We are talking about the Bini-Asaba rehabilitation. We're talking about the Iwo Road to Ilesha to Akure Superhighway. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Mr. President deserves a bigger and a better round of applause. There's been no president in the history of this nation that has the inclusion of Nigerian youth in his government like this president. You can talk about Naseni, you can talk about the Southeast Development Commission, young men making Nigerian proud. Over 9 billion naira given out for the small and medium scale businesses. Mr. President is turning the situation of Nigeria around. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, join me and celebrate the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR!
ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí ọ̀ ń ṣeré ni àbọ̀ ń ṣe èrè.
So, number one, everything he listed, they are all lies, absolute lies. That's how you have to respond to that. Okay. So, number one, Coastal Road, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. They have commissioned that like about 3 times already. And that is, these guys came out and told us that they have done 40 kilometers, first 40 kilometers out of 700 kilometers, right? And they have commissioned it like about 3 times already. So that's a scam on its own that everybody will probably come to realize that later. There is a Lagos, Badagry Sokoto Highway. Also, the usual, just do this part, do that part, make videos of this part and that part and share it to them and tell them that the work is ongoing. None of it is actually up to 20% completion in any way where they are actually really doing anything. Student loan. Technical school, technical colleges is built technical colleges and they are free. Yeah. Student loan, they have over nearly 1 million people have benefited from the student loan, and others are collecting 20,000 naira a piece, right? Right. Lies. Because you know what they usually do? I'll give you instances of what APC, what they do. For example, they removed subsidy, and they told you that they removed it because Nigeria was going to go bankrupt. Nigeria couldn't pay subsidy anymore. So therefore, the money they were supposed to use for subsidy, they will now use that money, right? To cushion the effect of that subsidy. They didn't tell anybody what they would do until they started sharing rice, okay? And they said oh, not paying subsidy means Nigeria won't have to go into too much debt. So fast forward to 2 years later, and Nigeria has borrowed more in 2 years of Tinubu than 7 years of Buhari. The entire loan taken by me, so the entire loan that Buhari's government took was put at 85 trillion naira in 8 years. Tinubu's regime have taken over 77 trillion naira loan already in 2.5 years. So that means removal of subsidy is a scam itself that got repaid back to the criminals who removed it from you. Then a liter of petroleum jumped from 167 naira per liter to over 1,500 naira per liter. Then it came down to then it came down to about 1,000 naira, and they were like, "You are supposed to be grateful. The price of petroleum is coming down now." I was like, "What do you mean coming down?" Similarly, he came and devalued Nigeria currency even further than what Buhari did. Devalued it. Because that was the condition given to him by the World Bank before they could give him more loans. All those loans that they told you that he repaid some back, and yeah, Nigeria's, oh man, this fraud. I wish I could actually help you, but I'm going to try, okay? So then they devalued Nigeria naira, floated the currency so that it will make it easier for their lenders, those who are giving them money, to take more and more whatever they will take from Nigeria as repayments. Tinubu did that for quick cash. So Nigeria naira jumped from 700 naira to $1 when Buhari left in 2023, jumped to over 1,900 naira to $1. Then it started coming down. Came down to 1,400. APC, Egbekegbe said, Tinubu's reform is working. The dollar is stabilized now, it's coming down. What are you talking about? Like, what kind of coming down is that? They devalued your currency, devalued your life. That's practically what they did. Whatever money in your pocket, they cut the value of the money in your pocket by over 70%, make it almost worthless. And then they are like, you should be grateful that it's not worse than that. The reform is working now. These guys came in 2015. Yeah. And the Nigeria was generating over 8,000 megawatt electricity. Yeah. Distributing over 6,000 megawatt of electricity per day. After 8 years of APC, Nigeria's power generation dropped to 5,000 megawatts. Distribution dropped to about 3,000 megawatts. Guess what? They said Buhari rescued Nigeria from PDP. Buhari did this, you know what I mean? Nigeria dwindled, shrank. Nigeria economy was valued at over $600 billion as far back as 2014. Nigeria was considered as one of the 3 fastest growing economies in the world that time. APC, they came in. They met inflation. Listen to this one. They met inflation in Nigeria at over 7%. They took it to over 40-something%. They came back and then doctored the figure and brought it down to somewhere, I don't know, where is it now? 25% or something. And they said Nigeria has progressed under them from 7%, 7.5% inflation to over 1,001 million% inflation that you're dealing with today. They will say, you should be grateful. Everything is coming down. They removed subsidy on electricity. All the electricity companies, right? The supposed counterpart funding they were supposed to pay them for years. People are now paying for darkness more than ever. But guess what? He's doing so well. So when Tinubu came in, We never had all this madness that we are currently witnessing in Kwara and some part of Oyo State, Ondo State. No. But now we are dealing with them and they are telling us to get used to it, that its reform is working. You need to listen to Akpabiole. There's the part where Akpabiole also kind of like added his own ness. Let us praise Tinubu.
And your dear wife, the Vice President and his dear wife, let me rest on already established protocols. My job is very simple. It is to adopt all the species met at this 2026 convention of our great party, and particularly adopt the speech made by the Right Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, my dear brother, Tajuddin Abbas, GCON. For the chairman of this extraordinary special 2026 convention, my brother, Governor Aminu Masari, I want to say that I'm very impressed with what the turnout has been. All the states of the Federation and the FCT are here represented. All our members in the diaspora are glued to the television today. APC is showing the way. APC is showing the way. I want to state that for now, as a result of the good governance brought by Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Nigeria, that there are now only two political parties in Nigeria, APC and others. APC and others. Can you shout amen? Mr. President, since you came on board as president, this is your first major convention. The last one was when you became the candidate of our great party. I had the singular privilege to also speak on that occasion. And on that occasion, I want to remind our great members across the country and across the globe of what I said on that day. Single-handedly, from one state in the southwest called Lagos State, you brought out the torch, you beam it to Nigeria, and the country adopted and approved. From the then ADAC to ACN, and then to APC, your story continues to resonate. So I want to thank God Almighty for His mercies upon your life and for what you have shown Nigeria, that it is better to suffer, to sacrifice, to be resilient, and at the end, to have good compatriots, such as Chief Bisi Akande, and of course, Governor Segun Oshoba, and the late President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, working together to show a path to this country called Nigeria. I thank you because what is attracting all of us and all Nigerians to the APC today is good governance. From the time you remove fuel subsidy up to the time you harmonize the idea.
Nuisance Lele.
Dubious Dapo of Ogun State also went to Abuja and told the people of Abuja or the people of the world that Ogun State is like an El Dorado right now. Like they've got the best road networks, they've got the best infrastructures here and there, all under the renewed hope agenda. Baba, snake mashat, I'm going to call him. So they are all there in Abuja. But the guy they are doing all of this for is Kolu. Have you listened? Did you listen to his speech? Something just made me feel like Kolu is more than 70. What is Kolu's age right now? The football age, yeah. Oluwo. The football age, Kolu. 70 what? 74. No? It doesn't really matter. Kolu sounds like he's 99. Maybe he's just tired, sure. Listen to him here about his reform and how he's changing Nigeria that some of you don't understand. That's why you're criticizing. You know what I mean? His reform, he said Nigeria is now out of surviving. The Nigerians are now out of the surviving mode. So they are now at the enjoyment mode or about to get to the enjoyment mode. If you look at this guy, you're like, that's President Nigeria. Yeah. Like the Ronukus to say, what do you will do about that? Whether you like it or not. Now your president ought to be this. So call the 2031. That's what they're saying.
Hearing the Electoral Act was passed by overwhelming majority of the members of the National Assembly elected by Nigerian people in accordance with 1999 Constitution as amendment. The Act reflects our collective quest as a nation to strengthen our electoral system and consolidate democratic rule. Therefore, our commitment is to uphold the rule of law, conduct credible elections, and protect the integrity of our elections and continue to be a stronger, secure, and united country. When Nigeria reaffirmed our leadership of the country as the governing party in 2023, we made a solemn promise to chart a new course for national renewal through the renewal agenda. That agenda was not conceived as just another campaign slogan. It is real. It was conceived as a governing philosophy. We knew the road to reform would be tough. We knew rebuilding Nigeria would require courage, patience, and difficult decisions. But we also knew no nation rises by hiding from the truth. We must not deceive ourselves and spend or waste the future of our grandchildren. We have to build the nation, the present for them before they come. The foundation must be strong, unique, and withstand the test of time. Fellow compatriots, since assuming office, our government has remained focused on delivering on the mandate to Nigerian people. Despite the complex global economic and political environment, today, I can assure you we are on the right path. Investors' confidence has partly improved. Our oil and gas sector has once more become attractive to foreign investment. Following our reforms, our Eurobond issuance was oversubscribed by 400%, and Nigeria exceeded the financial hearing. The Electoral Act was passed by over
a tactic. I never thought of it that way, Sha. Suddenly, when I say call one, they act like say he don't seek again. Somebody said that maybe that is going to be the Baba no where they ask for second term. Maybe that's what we're going to be dealing with now. Say this Baba we know where they ask for second term. Tinubu we know where, you know. Somebody go to think maybe he's going to die again. It's going to... But it was actually like sneezing, blowing his nose, coughing while he was speaking or addressing them last night. Tactic, you know, call you, and the strategy. God damn it, man. I never thought of it that way, Sean.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
But that's the part of what I want to say. But it seemed that he's on medication. I use medication because I believe that, you know, old people around this time, you know, it's quite like their season, you know, that they have to get very warm. They must get some of their drugs and the medications and here and there. And you have to keep them warm. You have to make sure they go to bed in time. So that's what got me to ask that, how old is Kalu? You know, that's the guy they are doing all of that for. Hundreds of billions, trillions of naira will go into ensuring that they remain your presidios beyond 2027. So the likes of Wike that Kalu loves to call the Abuja landlord. So Wike himself is organizing the PDP National Convention for tomorrow. Yeah, they are going to do the same thing that APC Ebekebe did today, so that they could select their own national executive too, national chairman, this and that. So he said the Turaki and Makinde camp, they have reached out to him, but he believes that they are just deceiving themselves, meaning there will be no real reconciliation. Because according to him, yeah, they've reached out, but the convention will go on. All they have to do is just to join. Right now, there is no room for negotiation and say, okay, maybe your camp. No. You come in. Give you what we want to give you. If you are not comfortable with it, go somewhere else. He is in charge. Meanwhile, in his own camp, some are saying that, no, Wike did not tell them that they are going to endorse Tinubu. Meanwhile, they are going to endorse Tinubu in the next few weeks. Right? PDP guys will endorse Tinubu in the next few weeks. And except if they flip the script and just put it, you know, a dodo or so, like a placeholder. That's what they call them, placeholder. That will pretend to be a candidate of PDP contesting against Tinubu. But you all will know that no, there is no real contest, right? Also, since Fubara is also attending the APC convention in Abuja, something that others believe to have been the final crossing of the bridge by Fubara from the grip of Wike, meaning Wike won't have full control over him or his second-term ambition. Suddenly, Fubara that said how many of those people who were protesting on his behalf when he was suspended by Tinubu, how many of those people were sure that Fubara was interested in the job anymore? Suddenly he's interested now. He's lobbying, he's moving money, doing all of that. But to Wike, nada, nothing will happen. So he gathered his own guys that, you know, hosted in Abuja yesterday. So he gathered them around his own house. And he was telling them about his plan, especially for Rivers State. They were Rivers people. Yeah, he's still not bold enough to tell them who is going to be his candidate. But he made them realize who will never receive his support. Fubara. No amount of blackmail, no amount of crossover, this or that, will change what they plan for Rivers State. Interesting days ahead. So with Wike's guys at his house last night in Asokoro. Is it Asokoro? In Abuja, it doesn't matter. In Abuja, Wike.
In Rivers State, we have a rainbow coalition. That no state will match us. Even though I hear some people are having their problems entirely in their states, may they continue to have problems. May they continue to have problems. At the appropriate time, we will speak. Now, let me congratulate our brothers in APC who came back from the zonal meeting and got the position of zonal vice chairman and publicity secretary of the zone. I commend them because that's what we're talking about. Anyway, you are, get something for us. Be our voice. Speak on behalf of Rivers State. Even in PDP here, we will not go empty-handed. So, this convention, we are coming out strong. That's stronger. So we are going to have a deputy national chairman. So, you know, I don't know, he's raising his hand. Has anybody introduced him? So, don't have a stroke if I introduce who we the leaders are choosing. So we have to be very, very careful. Even though I'm not working with the chairman of Elders Forum, yes, and I'm moving this night, so many things will happen. Some people will be impeached, and other people take their position. But you see, what I want to tell you is that anywhere we are, we must be strong. Speak as Rivers people. Talk as Rivers people. Without us, Nigeria wouldn't be there. I will not the treasure base. Treasure is what? Money. Treasure is what? Money. Treasure is what? Money. Without money, can we dare exist? So when you go out here talking about you are the treasure base, and let them know that we are. Everybody has to be careful. Take us very serious. You must take us very, very serious. And so, I've told the chairman on Monday, we are going to receive all the PDP stakeholders in Rivers State.
It's all about money. When it comes to these guys, it's all about money. And you know something? While I was watching that video, a thought just ran through my head. And it's like, somehow, I want to confidently believe that when Willie Wike was governor of Rivers State, yeah, in 2022, he probably had similar assemblage of guys, his yes men, including Fubara and others in attendance, where he believed he had everything under control. Similarly, when he was spending so much money on PDP from 2017, from 2017, he's been spending so much money on PDP that when Atiku came back to contest and Obi in 2019, Willie Wike was practically just preparing himself that, okay, at least that was last time. So it was all right for Atiku from the north to contest with Bukwari from the north. So by 2023, Wike will be now will now become the qualified southerner in PDP to be the presidential candidate of PDP. By then, he will be rounding up his own second term as governor. Everything perfectly worked out. 2019 came, then 2023 was coming. Wike had everything under control. What's this guy? Tambua in Sokoto was on his side. A lot of them were on his side, promised to deliver him, only for them to step down for Atiku on the day of their national convention. And that was the day when Wike lost it up to this moment. So I feel like he's not governor, but he's kind of a governor of Abuja. He's carrying himself as a governor of Abuja. So therefore, he believes that he's operating under the authority of Tinubu, the president. So listen to him there. He's got everything under control. PDP is finally in his grip. You know what I mean? Like, he's currently holding PDP now. Finally, there is no real threat to Wike's control of PDP nationally. He's the one that is going to assemble the national executives. Yeah, he's the one that's going to do it. And by tomorrow, they will kick it off. And by Monday, they're going to announce or elect one that will then start the preparation for their party primaries in April. Is it April or May? That's when they want to choose the presidential candidates. So it seems that he's got everything under control right now. Only for the time to probably come, maybe the person that they are going to give the script to say, listen, you are going to say you want to be president right now. There is nobody, any known person of PDP flock that is currently running to say he wants to be president in 2027. None. For the first time, PDP has no presidential aspirant interest, and they are about to choose their presidential candidates. Do you understand? So maybe somebody they will give the script to just pretend that he wants to be president of PDP. That will can't go take him serious. He will go and take it serious. All these guys he is putting in office, some of them will later feel like, no, this is wrong. It's against our constitution. It's against this. And they'll be like, what constitution? When the Wike says you should do something, you are saying constitution. When did you start talking about constitution? You know what I mean? Allah will start again. Wike will begin to lose weight again. They say they started pressuring him more. He's about to die, and all of that. You see, he's always so confident because he believes that he's got the money. And somehow, everyone wants the money. And therefore, they have to give to him his their loyalty, as people are willing to trade that. It doesn't seem like he's learned any lesson. But he said he has learned his lesson, and no amount of blackmail will make him make the same mistake again. Talking about Fubara.
No amount of intimidation, no amount of blackmail will make me to make the mistake I made again. Robbie, whoa. Yes, we get our leader. Robbie, Joe. Yes, we get our leader. If anybody's bringing money to you, it's your business. I will not make a mistake again. I don't know how long I have to live on this earth, but I will not make that mistake again. So anybody who is coming to tell you, give you this, it's your business. You know, people don't think that overnight, for how many years we have been in the wilderness? Some people come overnight who have never seen me for years. Sure. After helping them to grow to a position, they come now and say, oh, they come there to see what they are today is me that made them. I never made you. Go. You can't use me again.
Exactly.
I see somebody in National Assembly, and they can't do easy. Oh, you are making a mistake. If they are coming because of the woman, the other women. There's no one person as a woman. The other woman in the River State. Nobody should come and play that tricks on me. And let me tell everybody, don't bring this sentiment here. Don't. I don't want to hear it again. What I want to hear, somebody whose blood, whose hand, everything is committed to all of us here.
Exactly.
I can't continue to be playing this politics. I'm here. Every time I'm going back to the state. No. We must take somebody who knows how we feel, how we started, how the body was washing. It's not where you come from. You can come from anywhere. If you don't know how the blood was rushing, if you don't know how pain we suffered, I will not agree. I'm just telling Chief, I'm telling Chibudo, I'm telling my younger cousin, I know earlier. BFT lost election in Abia, so I'm trying to make him to go and see what he can do. So I will call him now. I don't want us to lose, so BFT wait. He won't fail.
Emperor with a Wike. He knows who will win and those who will not win. We will know who is not going to win. Here. Of vanity, though. Vanity. It is vanity. But it is their own vanity. They don't give a hoot, about integrity or what have you. So Nigeria is a place where instead of building institutions, Nigeria continue to build men who see themselves above institutions all the time. Like those two clowns, El Rufaya and Malamu, who are today lamenting about the injustice that they are currently facing in the hands of the rulers of Nigeria, something they call the political persecution, covered with proof of corruption. So El Rufaya spent the whole Ramadan inside the ICPC detention because of the allegation that he looted money that belonged to Kaduna State when he was their governor. Something he claimed is politically motivated or persecution, so to say. So yesterday, his mom died. His mother died, and from nowhere, the ICPC that took him to court in Kaduna, and the court remanded him in their custody. They started to release him to go and mourn his mom, receive guests, and probably act like nothing ever happened. So 24 hours, in fact, less than 24 hours after they released him, without any court saying they should release him, there's no motion that, this person lost his mom, he needs to be there, his mom's favorite, blah, 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 right? They just let him go. Whatever the deal is, we don't know. We've seen that his own political associates, including the other guy, the guys from the APC, Egbekegbe, his former friends, maybe they are still friends. APC, Egbekegbe's chairman, was also there to see him. Pay condolences, they call it. Condolences. Yeah, watch this.
former Attorney General, you release a criminal that to show you that the government no crime. You don't release him without a court order. The fact that they release him without a court order. Why not talking about
You don't start your Allah.
when they put the minister in your mind, back them aside. If you say you want a criminal, but it's a crime, the first time, and then you
Tifku and the APC, Ebekegbe's chairman too.
Yana da members an interest nashi da ya zo da su ba lafiya ne ko ba su ne rai
Alhaji kakari
Salati goma ga annabi. Salati goma ga annabi. Karanci ya shafi 11 Allah ya yafe mata. A karanta ya shafi 11 Allah ka yafe mata. اللهم انت امرتنا بدعائك امين واتنا باجابتك امين وقد امناك كما امرتنا امين واجبنا كما وعدتنا امين يا ذو الجلال والاكرام انك لا تخلف الميعاد امين سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون امين والسلام على المرسلين امين فاتيا الله سكت امين الله سكت الحمد لله الحمد لله
Amen. Call. So for your information, right? APC, Egbekegbe, is said to have announced or disclosed their nomination forms for all categories, starting from the presidential form. So presidential form is 200 million naira. And I bet they only printed one. That is for Kolu. So you're going to probably see some guys who are going to say they are the ones who are going to buy the form for him, 200 million naira. APC presidential form in 2015 was 25 million naira. Now it is 200 million. Wow. So if you want to go for Senate in APC, you need to go and cough out 100 million naira. That's what they say. And if you want to go for House of Representatives, that one is 70 million naira. That is not what will make you senator. That one is just to go to APC and pick up the interest form. You give them 75 million naira if you want to be a rep member. And if you want to be a governor, the form is 150 million naira. For women, it's free. Yeah, it is free for women. So women who wants to go into politics, I think it is free. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. So if you want to go for House of Assembly, in your own state, under APC, it is 20 million naira. Big time cash out, you call it, right? But let's leave that. So Mayele Sowore is said to be in Ibadan. Or somebody asked him that, oh, Sowore, you said you were in Ibadan today. Did you take permission from Sunday Igboho before you visited Ibadan, since he's already put an embargo on opposition coming to Ibadan? Anybody who is against Tinubu, or sorry, opposition coming to in the southwest. This is Sowore's response.
You like to laugh?
Well, you know, I don't find anything funny anymore, but, you know, I could share a laugh with you.
Yes, this is therapy.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so make I take you laugh. You don't say today, you did for Ibadan.
Yes.
You don't go collect permission from Sunday Igboho. Because he don't talk, say, if they for you,
tell him that tell him that I'm in front of his house, and there's nothing he can do about me or anybody for that matter. Look, on a serious note, I used to think that Sunday Igboho has a little bit of consciousness, because when he was assaulted by the Buhari regime, I was the only person who went to the Federal High Court to go and meet the people that were arrested from his house after he had left Nigeria. And that was the day they were granted bail. I fought with the DSS in front of the courtroom, and I assured them, and I did a live stream, by the way. For those of you who are talking about courtroom, I did a live stream inside that court on my page, showing Igboho's DSS victims. And nobody condemned it at that time because it suits your agenda. So I did a live stream in that court. It was when the judge came out of his chambers, he saw me. No, before I did the live stream, the judge heard the bail application. He retired to the chambers. I did the live stream. The judge came out and granted them bail. So had everybody run away, who would have gone to Abuja to help out? So you can then for Igboho to think that he can say that some people cannot campaign for anybody. You know, I think it was a moment of, you know, I think maybe, you know, it was a moment of, you know, of mental, you know, flight. Because anybody who is conscious, we know that even the Yoruba land that you come from, since it was created, there's no man or woman has ever been able to prevent one side. That's why one of the ethnic groups in the world that the British were afraid of were the Yorubas, and there's another group in India, I forget their name now. They said these are the most sophisticated people. Even when they brought Yoruba religion to Yoruba, the Anglican Church, the reason why Yoruba says Aguda Ojelabe Gesi, you know, Aguda is the Anglicans who adopted the Anglican faith, but who did not accept to surrender their entire faith, including, you know, an average Yoruba has 4 religions. You know, it depends on the level of his problem. You know, if the church cannot help, on Friday you go to mosque. If mosque no work, Saturday you go enter in one bush. You know, that's Yoruba man for you. They are very, very smart people. I'm not saying it for the point of superiority. So Igboho should know that when the Yorubas were supporting him, it was a sense of accommodation and respect for what he represented, not his person. And when you carry the person beyond what they call Entogbe Shahara Ekoja Moshalasi, you understand? You like
to laugh?
Yeah, that's your right there. And it's actually like they're saying the truth. Sometimes, right, it is what you represent that gravitates people towards you. Maybe not your person. Yeah, a lot of people will say, oh, his person or that person. No. Most of the times, right, you will see so many undeserving people, right, just be like sprouted out somewhere enough that they just get pushed to represent something that millions could actually really relate with. Yeah. So that is what Sunday Igboho represents. And I kind of prefer to even call him a Sunday hero, because it was true that, you know, those who got abducted from his house by this evil APC, Egbekegbe, were almost left on their own until people actually rose up at the time to say, no, they don't deserve that. They didn't deserve it. So we needed to stand up for them and all that. So what did he do now? He rubbed it on everybody's face. And then he started threatening us. Just yesterday, he was heard threatening to kidnap two young boys for openly, right, rejecting his threats and throwing it back at him. But that's not the whole thing. What else had this to say about those of you who have been firing him because of Alex Otti and his statement on Peter Obi? You know, Sowore, it's not doubling. I mean, it's not kind of like backing down. It's in fact doubling. I said, Otti is his friend. And he's had the chance of telling him a few things. Then he dropped other bars inside, okay? Sowore on Alex Otti again and Obi.
See anything good?
Yes.
They say you don't seem to see anything good in anybody. That you even went to Abia State, you called out Alex Otti again. That who actually is doing well in Nigeria in your assessment? That we don't see anything good.
Do you know the problem? Do you know the problem?
Yes.
The problem is that, you know, may it never happen that we come into this country called Nigeria again in the next life, if there's a next life. You know, may not happen that Nigerians not see the other part of the world and they will understand what they call governance. Otherwise, nobody in Nigeria as a governor will be able to walk on the street based on what they claim is their own performance. The performances of the likes of Otti, right, is not acceptable for a councillor in Ghana. Don't mention US now or Europe. Are you getting my point? The performances of the likes of Makinde, who I came to criticize, by the way, in Ibadan some 2 years ago.
Yes.
When
you were here in the station.
Yes, when they were hyping him. Yes. When they were hyping him. I came to Ibadan and told the people of Ibadan that this guy's not performing. This is mediocrity. So maybe when people don't understand what is governance, we don't know what they're entitled to. They will be praising a governor who is paying salary. Is he paying salary from his own pocket? Okay, if you go to work, are you not supposed to get paid? Or a governor who said he has cleared pension. If somebody has worked for 35 years, he's not entitled to pension. Or a governor who built a highway 10 times the cost of the highway. Are you not entitled to highway? Are you all entitled to just die on the streets or only drive on roads that have potholes? Are you not entitled to live in a country that have hospitals that can treat headache? So that's what we are telling you. I went to Aba and I was expecting Otti. I've said this several times. Otti is my friend. Otti used to write on Sahara Reporters articles condemning all the governors in the country. That when he gets to become governor, the articles are still there. I used to publish him. He was a columnist on Sahara Reporters. He used to wake me up at 4 a.m. in the morning to publish his articles. He would condemn all the governors, condemn it, that is his prescription for governance. And I used to warn him, by the way, but I'll tell you for the first time. I said, if you become governor and you are mediocre, I'll come after you. So I went to Aba and I saw what Otti did. And I said, why is everybody hyping Otti? I didn't see anything spectacular in Aba. And I came out and said, this Otti that everybody is hyping, this Otti is not what he said he is. And they went up, upset. But the reason they were upset against me wasn't because I said what I said against Otti. It was because of the reception they saw in that market, in Ariara market. The Sowore they thought would be unknown or was unknown to Nigerians because they always claim that nobody knows me. When I got to Ariara market, the place went up and everybody was saying, Sowore has come, Sowore has come, Sowore has come. And that was what upset them. It's like you went to their territory to breach their territory, which is the last bastion of how they were lying to Nigerians that they are popular. That our ideas are actually popular across the country. That is what they are fighting against in that Abbas situation. Otherwise, there's no governor that I don't. 2 weeks before then, I condemned the governor of Ondo State. The do-nothing governor of Ondo State. Yes, Ondo State. Yes. My brother is his special advisor on communication. He cannot tell me not to condemn him. They know my position.
I came to Ibadan, condemned your governor, Makinde, over his mediocre projects. You know, I went to Lagos last week, condemned them over their environmental sanitation that they reintroduced. They said they are the 6th largest economy in the world. You are introducing an environment. That means you cannot even clean your streets. I condemn. But nobody is up in arms against me because of that. But they are, because it's political. So, and I told them, let Otti himself respond to me if he has done what he ought to have done. People are not even comparing what Otti is getting from federal allocation, which is the highest in the history of Nigeria, and compared to the mediocre projects he's doing all over the place. After the whole controversy started, Otti started mobilizing all these influencers, you know, especially the ones from that, from whatever they are all there, they are paying them. What I'm telling you is that no matter the hype, right, you are going to have to account for what you told the people you will do. What I'm holding us to is what he used to write on Sahara Reporters.
Yeah, I understand. Okay,
those are the standards. And I'm not going to compromise on standards. Yes.
Yes. Prof?
Because it's Sowore. So we should possibly always remember that. Ace Lloyd, what do you mean? Nothing spectacular in the last 2 days. I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about me? Or the program on the platform itself? Well, you may not find any of them spectacular, because what is so spectacular about the contraption anymore? Other than, like, what do you really think should be spectacular to you guys anymore? The corruption has become something that, a lot of people have now embraced while they defend it or find excuses why things will have to be where it is, or why getting rid of the bad government in any means or any guise is almost impossible. You know, where everybody is like pointing fingers and all that. What is so spectacular anymore about the contraption, where we have to come here and tell you that hundreds of people are killed, and with the same straight face, you'll be asking for something still spectacular? Like, people are being murdered every now and then. They don't move people anymore. They're not breaking news to a lot of you anymore. Oh, they just killed 45 people in Zamfara. Okay. Any news, anything spectacular? Give us anything spectacular. I don't have spectacular. I just wanted to know what is going on. And no matter how much a lot of the people have zoned out enough to pretend that, maybe if they pretend that it's not happening, right? Then maybe it's not happening. That is not me. Mine is to keep reminding you, no matter how much everybody seems to have grown to become so indifferent, right? Cold, laughing at serious, issues where people will just be laughing with the laughing emojis, right? So what do you think I should do? I just keep reminding you. That's why it is the diary. There'll be a time that all those things you have seen or heard on Maiyegun's diary political, and then you've seen them as just passive, pedestrian, non-spectacular, then you end up having to realize what you've missed. Not like anybody wants to do anything now. So waiting for that spark. Here is the part where Sowore says he loves you, the obedient. In his own words, he was asked, because he was in Ibadan.
Thank you so much, Sowore. It's been a very interesting conversation with you. Even though I wish we had more time, to discuss other issues on the show, but thank you so much for being a part of the conversation this morning. And I've been seeing your back and forth with the obedient on social media. It's been very interesting to watch on the side.
Those ones, I don't want them to go away until they learn. I love them because
you call them a political Ponzi scheme.
Yes, I'm their teacher. So I don't want them to go away until every one of them is educated. The reason I call it a Ponzi scheme is that, the people who are most affected by Ponzi scheme are the people at the bottom. There are still a lot of them who didn't understand that some guy packaged himself and took them for a ride in 2023. And now that they have realized, that's how Ponzi schemes, work. The moment the first one collapses, they'll come back and say, oh, no, don't worry. We'll fix it with the next one. And you come back again. By the time you realize it's a Ponzi scheme, you have been decimated financially.
Right.
Yeah. So,
right. Thank
but
you so much.
That's why we must teach them. It's a teachable moment for all of us.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
for
much.
having.
I mean, if you are obedient, you are probably never. Let's be honest, okay? Let us be honest. A lot of you who are like the obedient, you will never like him. Same thing to some of you are the Sowore supporters. You will never like the obedient. It's unfortunate, right, that you couldn't find any common ground while you are fighting, supposedly fighting common enemy. But mine is just to put it out there to all of you, okay? Until everybody decided to find a common ground, right? All these divisive biases and all of that stuff, prejudices against one another, will continue to work in the favor of the establishment. So me, I am just, I'm just like the mouthpiece, a teacher too. Remember that guy called the Soldier Boy? That guy that usually, record their content from the war fronts in Zamfara, Borno, all those places. He's not in all those places. He was actually in Borno. So he became famous on TikTok when he would be sharing the lives or the lifestyle of the soldiers who are fighting terrorists in the northeast of Nigeria. Somehow, at the same time, he was also exposing the shortcomings of the military administrators right there. I mean, those who were supposed to take care of the welfare of the soldiers, their superiors, how these soldiers have been treated, short paid, and most of the time ill-equipped. So that got him into trouble. So in one of those episodes, his clip became very popular that the military hierarchy called him into a room Sunday or one day, and then they sacked him. So he shared his story, and I don't know how to feel for him though, but yeah.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. I'm Last Corporal Rotimi Olamileko. Thanks to everybody that they supported me, people that stand for me. My mother, Yagba, Clever, Shegun, my management, every one of you, and my fans, and even people that did not even know me before that standed for me, and all the bloggers. I really appreciate every one of you. I've been released. So I was arrested because of a video I make saying that the ministers, the governors, and the local government chairman, all the politicians, they should bring their son into army to fight the terrorists. And this is the reason why I'm arrested. From my location, they handcuffed me, both leg and hand. It was just as if I steal or I kill. They moved me from there because I was inside bush. And I've been there for about 4 years, 9 months. I've been staying in that bush, in that location. So from there, they moved me to Maiduguri, 7 Div, Provost, MP guard room. From there, they took me to Abuja, SIB. I was there more than a month. They brought me back from Abuja to 7 Div. They took me back to my location, and I was still locked up with handcuff in leg and hand. As if I steal. Before a day, they woke me and they give me a paper for my charge. They give me 4-count charge. But I'm going to be giving details later because I can't give every details now. And they call for my order. And they do the count charge, the first charge, the second charge, the third charge, the fourth one. And I was dismissed. Dismissed regiment. Just because of the video I make. Because I feel like I don't even expect this. That yes, in our country we don't have freedom of speech, and we are not free to say the truth. Thanks to everybody that supported me. I appreciate every one of you, and may God continue to bless you So I'm not going to be talking too much now, but I'll be giving details. I've really suffered. I suffered a lot in Abuja with handcuff in my leg and my hand over a month. Even the feeding was 2 times a day. Small food, just like, even it's not even up to 500 naira food. No calling, I can't talk to my family, I can't talk to anybody. They collected my phone throughout. It was when they dismissed me, they marched me out. They dismissed me from my unit, and they brought me to 7 Div. From 7 Div, they marched me out of the barrack as a dismissed regiment. It's so sad. It's so sad, but I don't have anybody to fight for me, but I know God is going to fight for me, because I don't think this is, it's not supposed to be. Thanks to all the bloggers that keeping use their voice. So please, I want people to still stand for me for this, to help me to fight for the justice, because I never expect this. Honestly, I've spent 8 years inside this service. Since 2018, I joined this army. And I've never for once been charged, if not because of this social media. I've never fight anybody, I've never steal, I've never kill anybody, I've never do any ammunition things before. But because I said the truth on social media, and I wish I feel like everybody have his own opinion, and it's just a suggestion, because I can't give the order. I was dismissed because of this. I really suffered. They really suffered me a lot. I spent 4 years, 9 months in Maiduguri. Nobody talk about to change me. But no problem. Glory be to God. When there's life, there's still hope. Thank you very much, everybody.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years.
I remember the guy. I've actually shared his videos before, So he called out on the Nigerian politicians to bring their children to join the army so that they will understand what an average Nigerian soldier is facing in this job. So that got him arrested. It was court-martialed. Maybe not even court-martialed as possible. Let's say court-martialed, locked up, beaten, and then dismissed from the army. So you could tell that he probably loved the job so much. Because I don't understand why he's crying. Like, it's very sad. I'm sorry, guy. Yeah, you probably just got saved because your other colleagues that ended up being killed, Nigeria did not even recognize their names, like to acknowledge their names. Nigerians were supposed to actually know the names of soldiers killed by terrorists in Nigeria, but they don't. In some cases, they don't even tell the families of these deceased soldiers. Some of them will sometimes still feel like their loved ones they are alive and they are fighting jihadists up north, but they've been killed. This is like an open secret. It is not like a classified anything, no, because they didn't want to demoralize the military. They didn't want it to look like the terrorists are winning, or they are killing Nigerian soldiers in droves. We don't even know their names. The media will not even tell us their names. It is only when these commanding officers are killed, that is when they will begin to tell us, Commander, the terrorists killed 17 soldiers, including Commander Taiwo. What happened to the remaining 16 soldiers? What happened to their names? They won't mention their names. They won't even be on headlines of any newspaper. So to say, so if they ask you to leave at this age, they may be doing you a great favor. You are deceived that you are fighting to protect the integrity of Nigeria, which is all right for those of you who probably want to do it. But right now, you are dealing with compromised people. People are just sending you to meat grinder. They call it meat grinder. That means they just send you to your death. For how much? $100. I don't even think they pay you $100 a month. 1,000. I mean, so 150,000 naira. 160,000 naira. Did they pay you that much? I don't think so. Everywhere you get me? So it's Abuja, by the way.
So these are the people also complaining of good governance in Nigeria. Government has created infrastructure. Look at what they are doing. These are the scavengers, the people you know as Mebola. So every morning on the Kubwa Expressway, if you are coming from town on the Kubwa Expressway, before the pedestrian bridge by NYSC Junction in Kubwa, there is this bridge close to the Mar-a-Lago estate. This is what they do every morning. They go into Kubwa, pick dirt, and then throw it into these waterways. It's not even a waterway, it's the water that came all the way from Usman Dam. It's like a mini river. So they pick this dirt, throw them into this thing. These are the people complaining. And I don't know why the FCT administration, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board, have not seen this. This is evil at its peak. Imagine, they go around, collect this dirt, get paid, and they come dump it in government, in a public amenities. Just imagine, see them, Mebola. Government should do something about it. It's on Kubwa Expressway before the NYSC pedestrian bridge. That is where it is. I see them every morning. Every morning on my way out, I see them. In short, this thing happened between 8 to 10 a.m. You see them, they will all dump it into this river and go. These are the same people that will say, Nigeria needs to get better. Nigeria is not working. Everything is not working. Oh, the government is not providing amenities. Now the government is providing amenities. Look at how you are damaging it. Look at how they are damaging it. And nobody is saying anything. This is evil and must be condemned by all well-meaning Nigerians. Because the government has provided this infrastructure, but these guys damage it every day. Now they will block that water. They are not only blocking the water. Now there's even there are deaths on all sides of that bridge now. Look at it. Now they've all dumped the death. They are all going back to pick another and come and dump here on the expressway. On the expressway. If you doubt me, locate that place. You will see them. The evil is too much. So these are the people also complaining of good governance in Nigeria. Government has created.
If that was me, I don't know what they usually call it. If that was me, I actually packed. But I don't go there, go stop them. I will make efforts. I know some will say, oh, don't try it. You don't want them to stab you and all that. I know. I'm just saying, if I see something like that, I'll be so uncomfortable that whatever made me stop, I'm going to come down from that car and walk straight to them. Is there disease that every day? And that's practically the culture of some of these people. And yeah, you see them all over the place. The problem is still government. Do you understand? Yes, the problem is still government. Imagine if government have a waste collection and disposal system. Why would anybody give their waste to some guys who are pushing carts or who are pushing trucks, collecting waste? Like, why would you do that? But yeah, the government build infrastructures. At the same time, they failed to possibly educate their citizens enough. So, like the Yorubas would say, the child you fail to train will end up selling off the properties you built, so to say. That was Abuja. In Niger Delta, see, somebody or people have said this in the past, okay, and I think people still say that the underdevelopment of Niger Delta is majorly self-inflicted, because those who were supposed to be the leaders of that region, right, they are so selfish that most of what should have been developmental project for them ended up as their own stomach developmental projects, the one that their people never really benefited from. They are producing over 80% of the crude oil that Nigeria currently produces, meaning Nigeria is making over 80% from crude oil, which is that of the Niger Delta people. But yet, you have no idea the level of underdevelopment in most of this part of this Niger Delta. At the point they even started the Niger Delta militancy, where the aggrieved young people decided to take laws into their hands to force the hands of government and the oil companies, okay, to part with some of the money they are making from their land. That means they wanted a cut, give us something, just give us money. Others said, oh, we needed education, we needed infrastructure, but they are not serious about that. It was basically money. And yeah, money kept flowing. And so many of them became so rich in the midst of the ghetto, the shanties, the creeks. But still, the most lucrative job they want to do is either to be the security guards for the pipelines. They have no idea the destination where these oils are being taken to, but the pipelines that pass through their entire land, taking their crude oil from every nook and corner, of every nook and cranny of Niger Delta to God knows where. They don't even have an idea where the money ends, but please give us contracts. So they had a meeting where some of these old taker, you remember that guy called the Boy Loaf? Few others, I can't remember all their names. So they all gathered at one of the palaces in Niger Delta, demanding that the contract for the protection of pipelines in Niger Delta should be looked into and shared, and let everybody run their own contract in their own state. Again, just give us something from what you are taking from us. Why they are living in squalor, why their land, the land has become so contaminated, so is the water in that part of Nigeria. Okay, environmental degradation is first class in Niger Delta area. So the air they breathe in Niger Delta part of Nigeria is not a similar air that some of you breathe elsewhere, because the entire place is completely filled with a gas flaring, different kind of God knows what that is being extracted onto the surface. Nobody really care about the environment. Just give us money. Give us the contract to protect the pipelines. I'm going to have you listen to one of them presenting their case of why Tinubu need to do something before it is too late. Instead of giving the contract of protection of pipelines to just one person, Tompolo, they should let those who have oil in their own states in Niger Delta do the protection of pipelines that are taking crude oil from Niger Delta of Nigeria to the rest of the world. And the place, well, meet the guys.
This government coming, me, my brother Love, and our senior brother, the king of our ancient kingdom, we have a brief meeting with Mr. President for his house in Sowore, that after election, he is going to do the needful of Niger Delta. And what is the needful? We are doing this pipeline security work for state by state during the time of Goodluck government. And after that time, as the former president come in, he canceled the work, say the job is political. and he don't want the job to continue. They use that work against him. So we are on it, talking here and here till, let me just cut it short. So why we are here today, we are on this matter for several years. And last month, they give us hope that they are going to split the job state by state. That is what we agree. And we are on that matter. Last week, I'm in Abuja. They are putting some things in order. So they will call. In a certain stage, we are seeing some turning around. So some Ijaw people, leadership, met and agreed that they should leave the work first for after election. Because if they split it, that means it will affect the 2027 presidential election. And some Ijaw leaders agree. So they should leave it till after election before they will do something about it. That is not who are the leadership that sit down and agree on that. I think my king is here. Boilov, Victor Ben is here. I'm here. You people are here. Are you people hold that kind of meeting with people? No. Eh? No. Are you people hold that kind of meeting with people? No. So we are not aware. So what they are saying, we are not aware of that. So we are, our own point is split this job so that everybody should take side of their environment. As we are doing, making the production increase for the federal government of Nigeria, the job is still taking care of people in various places. So why we are here is we are here, me, King, and Victor Ben, and all our brothers. What we are telling Mr. President is simply this. There should be split this work state by
matter of national security, and I will really not expect even the security agents, the national security, both internal security, to take this job very personal on their own as if it's their own business, because I think it's a failure in the part of the national security. That's the only part I will fit put. And if Mr. President will really want to achieve what he want to achieve in the next coming 2027 election, I think the best thing is for him to show love to the people of Niger Delta, because one man cannot deliver. In a Ijaw land, they say one man not the strongest man. Everybody put us together. So if one man tell you say he can deliver, if you use money, gather people, pay them, but when you reach that, how can you translate it into vote? So any person they tell Mr. President that one and the security and all the rest, I think Mr. President get to rethink and know say once they take that wrong decision, the truth of the matter, we say, I still losing, don't lose. Those people not get anything to lose. Their own at their pocket, they don't already get. So what we will advise Mr. President is to show love to the people of Niger Delta, because right now, as for me, with what has been going on, I think I feel say they not show love at all, and they not value the people of Niger Delta. That is why all this is going. Because one, there is no way one man will come and control your territory. We are not conquered people. Even during the struggle, if nobody conquer us, we still come out, because we will not assure Mr. President, because Niger Delta people are not fools, not only Ijaw people. The Niger Delta people are not fools. You cannot put what belongs to Niger Delta people into hand of the family. No, we won't accept it. So
we are there for him. It's not all those stories that if they centralize the work, if they decentralize the work, there will be a problem. How? Those kind of problem. Where that problem will start from? Who is the person that want to cause that problem? We want to know the person.
Nuisance leleyi.
the sign. If you want to see the sign of a failed country, those are the signs. In order for you to understand the context of what you just watched, let me create a side scenario. Do you see this Boko Haram terrorists and the Fulani terrorists? The way you are seeing some of these communities and community leaders doing peace meeting with them and all of that stuff, right? So let's now assume that in another 1 year, they agreed to a ceasefire. Okay, and that ceasefire means those of them who wanted to go to school, these killers, so government will send them to school or scholarship. Those who can't go to school anymore, right, they will place them on some money. Those of them who still want to remain active, so they will now use them as, I'm trying to see, as those who are going to be protecting cows from being rustled by criminals. Do you understand? And like terrorists who are killing people, rustling cows, killing, you know that stuff, right? So they have repented, repentant terrorists. They are now going to be working for government in defending Nigeria, sort of. Is that the right scenario? Because that's what happened in Niger Delta, okay? So these guys armed themselves with sophisticated war weapons, okay? And they ensured that they almost shut down the oil production in Nigeria to zero. And that's the economic survivor, like the lifeline of Nigeria economy. So the government of Nigeria had to go and negotiate with them in a way that some of them were placed on lifetime salaries. As salary but the rest of them are still collecting money from federal government of Nigeria. It's called the amnesty program payments. If that money stopped tomorrow, there will be crisis in Niger Delta. You understand? That is why these Fulani terrorists and their sponsor are demanding for settlement. That instead of everybody asking the government to prosecute them, the government should in fact treat these terrorists like they treated the Niger Delta. So those, you see that guy, Boy Loaf, the one that wore that, what do you call that in Nigeria? That jacket, that fitted the body out there with that, with that sunshade. That's Boy Loaf. He's a militant. He used to carry gun, like every gun that. He's a big man. He's now like a very big man. He was a pure thug a few years back. Okay? He's like that Sunday Igboho of Yoruba land and there was again. You know, that kind of thug. Then they made money. Became a big man, get big belly, started wearing fitted, what do you call, tailor-cut dresses. Because they were collecting billions and billions from the federal government of Nigeria. But that's not enough. Where the real money is oil bunkering, where they are stealing crude oil and resell them. Unfortunately, one of them got the contract to now start protecting those pipelines that they always bust to get crude oil when there's shortage of money. So that person is also a former warlord, Tumpolo, government Tumpolo. So government Tumpolo, called Tantiata or something, or Tantiata. That's the name of his security company. Nigeria, a failed country, is now subcontracting the protection of their most valuable national assets, pipelines. That's their most valuable national asset. That the Nigerian military, which comprises of the Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Navy, Nigerian Army, the other side, who are not like military, the DSS, NIA, DIA, and so many other funny abbreviated security outfits in Nigeria. None of them could provide a better security for national assets, except the people who are specialized in busting those pipelines to steal crude oil. You see, Nigeria, that is a kind of a failed state, failed country. But yeah, they believe that whatever it is the money they have all been making from these shady arrangements, they not get it. For them not getting part of that money means Niger Delta people have been marginalized. So if you call Boy Loaf tomorrow and others and say, okay, you know what, They will give you the contract of protecting the pipeline in Delta states. We'll give that to you, or we'll give the one in Bayelsa to you. Suddenly, the people of Niger Delta would have been taken care of then. That Delta is making over 4 billion naira every month, protecting the oil, the pipeline in Nigeria. 4 billion. That money is more than, how do you put it? It's quite more than some allocation to some states in Nigeria. 4 billion. And that was under Buhari. They reviewed his contract. That was when they initially thought they were going to, Tinubu was going to break the contract down. He promised them in 2023 that he was going to do that. So when the contract of Tompolo ended, I think that was in 2024, Tompolo took the entire newspaper to celebrate Tinubu's birthday, and he's been presenting himself as being close to them anyway. So Tompolo got the contract again. This time, monthly, Tompolo will be taking home over 11 billion naira, protecting the pipelines of Nigeria, the oil pipelines, by Tantiata. Tompolo have all these speed boats, military speed boats. He's got all this kind of like a military graded, weapons for his security outfit called the Tantiata. They are like military in Niger Delta. So all these ones do not really have the resources to match him. So to him, his company will be in that business for a very long time. They just have to find something else for these guys. But these are the people who understand that hundreds of billions of dollars worth of crude oil is being looted away from their land every year, annually. All they want is just a slice of it. Just give us a crumb. That one is enough. 11 billion naira. How much is that in dollars? Oh, that's just maybe $50 million. Oh, it is $100 million. $100 million. That's enough. You go do whatever you like with resources. That's my own theory. If not, maybe this shouldn't be happening.
100K for fuel. You know, go full my tank. They are Jagaban, Lazo. They are Jagaban. Please bring back subsidy. Watch it, subsidy. Tinubu, my life is on verge of scattering because of this fuel. Tinubu, Biko, please bring back subsidy. Bring back subsidy. I don't know the difference between me and a drug addict. As at Nigeria in today, drug addict is better than me because of what? I'm buying fuel. As well as fuel of 300,000 in 1 week. Now I'm buying fuel of 100K. You know they full my tank. Jagaban, bring back subsidy. Jagaban, please bring back subsidy. Watch it, a subsidy. We are dying. With the phone now, yeah. Look at 78,000 going to 100,000. My tank is never full. Watch it, a subsidy. Bring back subsidy. You don't. I'm going to see drug. Yeah, drug coming. Bring back subsidy. Bring back subsidy. Subsidize fuel for us. Jagaban, now I buy Mercedes. Cannot be there, me here. Jagaban, who am to Mercedes? Cannot be fuel. I got 1,350. Jagaban, bring back subsidy. Tinubu, bring back subsidy. We don't die. And I'm going to see drug. Only now drug na yoko come on now. Bring back subsidy. This is 100,000. My tank you know full. Jagaban who through Mercedes. You don't want to make I enjoy my Mercedes. Look at 100 back. Lagoda so. Jagaban. Now where I buy MWL. Make I enjoy my MWL again. Jagaban, you don't scatter my life.
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again, a town hall, different from Bulaba.
Olu. Anyway, I'm just going to actually call it a night. I don't think it's a good idea, all right, to do our Maiyegun General live chats like this. We can't use this format. Everybody just gets so comfortable. I barely even read the comment myself. That's not the purpose. So let's call this a one-off. And thank you so much for joining me. All right. So if you stay this long, remember, like the broadcast, okay? Like it. And then share it. Maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And then join me another time on Maiyegun General. It's going to be a good night from here, everyone. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.